Well, we learned something earlier this week that we probably knew for some time now, that the NFL draft is going to look pretty dramatically different this year than it has in years past. Everything being done virtually due to the COVID-19 pandemic. We still want to talk about the NFL draft, and we also want to talk about the Philadelphia Eagles draft needs. And for that, I need to bring in CBS Philly sports director Don Bell. How's it going, Don?
It's going well. I mean, this is week 4 of working from home. So here I am in a very relaxed environment, chilling, no haircut because haven't been able to get to the barber, but it just is what it is. At least we're all safe and healthy at this point.
And working from home is the story here, as NFL teams will be doing that for the 2020 draft. I want to ask you, what are some of the things that the Eagles are going to be looking for this year in the draft?
Well, I think the number one thing for the Eagles, and I feel like we've said this for a couple of years now, is they need explosive players, particularly on the offensive side of the ball. They have Miles Sanders, the second-year running back from Penn State, and he was tremendous as a rookie. But they need somebody at that wide receiver position because Deshaun Jackson, now 33 years old, he had literally one dynamic, great game last year, and then he had that core injury, and then he was pretty much done for the rest of the season. So they need some players who can really break the game open on the offensive side of the ball. Here's a fun fact for you. Carson Wentz last year was the first quarterback in NFL history to toss for 4,000 yards without having a receiver gain over 500.
Wow.
How hard that is to do. That's what we're talking about with the Birds. So they got to go out and they got to get some explosive players at the wide receiver position.
And Don, I want to ask you too, due to everything going on right now, I know there's so much uncertainty, but do you see any changes to the upcoming NFL season because of the current climate?
I mean, it's all a fluid situation. I thought that it was really fascinating. I think it was last week or the week before where President Trump met with commissioners from various sports leagues, but basically told the NFL you can expect to kick off on time. I really can't imagine a scenario in which that would happen. Think about this, right? At this point, we can't even be 6 feet from each other, okay? And the CDC is telling people that they should wear masks and just generally in public going about their lives. Can you imagine a scenario in 4 months where you're gonna have 300-pound men like lining up literally inches from each other, hitting each other, sharing a locker room, sweating on each other? It doesn't sound feasible to me. So I would expect a shortened season if they are to have one at all.
Not only that, but OTAs, they meet in the summer to practice.
Yeah, I mean, come on. We're talking the end of July here, right? I think we just had the British Open canceled, which is a July event. So, other sporting events that are starting to get into that window are just calling it off now. And here we are in April. So I don't imagine a scenario in which the NFL is going to play particularly on time. It's going to be fascinating to me. However, should they play? I really think that extra playoff team in each conference is a game changer. I mean, you and I cover this thing, we cover this league, and think about what Black Monday is like right after that season ends. The season ends and you see guys getting canned and guys are on the hot seat. It's going to change the lives of a lot of people in the league, coaching staff, if you were able to get that last slot and change your job. Save your job, I should say.
All right, Don, thank you so much for speaking with me today all about NFL. And even though we might not have any games coming up anytime soon, the NFL draft takes place starting April 23rd. For CBS Philly, I'm Katie Johnston.